Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi. I'm so glad that you decided to stop by, hit that subscribe button and turn your notification bell on so you can be notified every time I post a new video. And if you're not new here, welcome back. I'm so glad that you decided to come back and say hi. Okay, so gotta have my coffee. Okay, so I have went back and forth on trying to decide what I should post a video on. And I was like, I was praying all week, like, God, show me what you want me to do. And, I had thought about this and thought about that. And I never had peace about it when I would pray about it. And I even made a video yesterday and I still didn't have peace about posting it. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about it. I was like, I'm going to let him show me what he wants me to talk about and what he wants me to post. And so, sometimes we just have to be still. There's a verse in the Bible that says, be still and know that I'm God. And sometimes we just have to do that. And that's what I had to do. I had to just be still. And when I finally just stopped stressing about it, worrying about it, thinking on it so much and trusting him, he finally he brought it to me. And then I prayed about it and I thought about it some more and I felt at peace about this. And so what it is, he wants me to share with y'all my struggle that I had with offense, the spirit of offense. And I think it's very important that we understand this and understand the realness. This is like so real, and I think it's so overlooked sometimes. I know it was for me. I overlooked this and I did not understand how real that this was and how the devil uses the spirit of offense to trap you and get you in a place of bondage. And I was in that for a little part of my life. I really struggled with that. And over the years I have learned that I can't do that. That's it's crazy. It really is. Now that I think about it, I'm like, it is crazy that I let myself get so offended and feel like that. And it was just a mess. But so, a little bit of a backstory so that y'all can know what I'm talking about. So, I used to get offended very, very easy. Like, I didn't even realize it either. And I think a big part of it came from the fact that, I had been talked about before really bad and, had mean things said about me, even lies and stuff. And I had let that get to me really bad. And when I did, I think that's where it came from. The devil knew that was going to hit me and he got me with it. And so, and I let him. I foolishly let him, not realizing what I was doing. And all I could think of is, I'm a nice person. I can't believe that they would say that. Or I can't believe that they would even talk about me like that. And, I've never done nothing to them. And so I justified the way I felt because of that. That's what I justified it with. I was like, well, I wouldn't do that and all this. But really, it wasn't justified for me getting bitter like I did. I got very bitter. And then I ended up letting that make me get offended really easy. And then when somebody did something I didn't like, or said something I didn't like, or talked about me, instead of letting it go or anything like that, I would make sure that I told that person that I did not like what they said and they shouldn't have done. I was cocky and I was just not in a good place. And I didn't realize that at the time. I really didn't. I really felt justified in my actions. And you want me to tell you what the root of it was that I had unforgiveness in my heart. And I had to just forgive and let it go. And I did not do that. And I said I did. I was like, oh, I forgive and forget, but I didn't. I didn't forgive and forget. And I think that is what kept me in that place. But we have to understand that if we don't forgive people, we can't be forgiven. We have to forgive. And at that time in my life, especially in my 20s, I think that's when it was really, like, it really got to me, was in my 20s. And I I can't believe that I was that way. Like, I look back now and I'm like, I let that get in the way of a lot of things. Like, I let that make me mouthy. I would get mouthy, and I would feel like, well, it don't matter what I say because that person did this. So let me tell you what that person did. Like, I was very angry and upset about it, and I didn't even care at that time. I didn't even care. I didn't care because I was like, well, I didn't do anything wrong, so I'm justified in the way I talk. And it just wasn't a good way for me to be. And I wanted to read something that helped me to realize that I can't be like that, because the spirit of offense, is from the devil, and it is very real, and it's his trap. And what he wants you to do is find something in everything. He wants you to, like, get offended and get upset and feel uneasy and be angry all the time. That's what he wants. And I had to realize that I can find peace in God. I can find peace in letting things go, because then my focus is not on that situation. My focus is on God and what he wants me to do. And then I'm able to just realize the truth of the word and just let it go. And it doesn't bother me, anymore. It really doesn't. I'm not saying that sometimes things can't get to me. Things still get to me. But I will say they don't get to me nothing like I used to be. Nothing. And I feel so much more at peace about it. Because let me tell you, people have opinions, and people have negative opinions. When you just accept that, and you realize that, and you realize there's nothing you can do to change that, then you realize that me sitting here getting offended and festering and letting this fester and worrying about this is doing absolutely nothing but tormenting myself. And that's exactly what I had to realize. And so I wanted to read you some verses that really helped me out. And I just felt led to share this. And I want to tell you that you can find peace if you struggle like I did with this. I don't know who this video is for, but God knows. And whoever's watching, if this is for you, you know. So this helped me. Let all bitterness, first let me tell you where I found this at. This is in Ephesians chapter 4, verse 31 and 32. And I had marked this and circled it. And when I got my Bible out, that's when God spoke to me and said, this is what I want you to share, how this part of the word changed your life and made you live in peace and get peace. So anyway, Ephesians chapter 4, verse 31 and 32. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice. And be ye kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as God, for Christ's sake, has forgiven you. And see, that's what I had to realize. I was like, the first step is acknowledging it. Acknowledging that you're bitter. And that's what I had to do. And I remember before we moved over here to this place we're at now, the last place we were at, I was doing a Bible devotion in, I can't remember where I found the verse at, but I remember I was doing a devotion on humbling yourself. I felt led to do that. I was like, humbling yourself. And I got to digging into what that meant. And what humbling is a state of humility, a state of realizing your flaws and what you've done wrong and, where you need improvement. And so that's what I did. I was like, I need to improve myself in this area. I need to do this. I need to do that. And I started focusing on what I needed to do instead of what so-and-so was doing or this person said or what that, and I just kind of quit focusing on everything around me, and I started focusing on myself, and I realized that I need to let that go. And I need to stop this because I am full of bitterness. I had to acknowledge it. I'm full of bitterness and evil speaking, and I didn't even realize it because, like I said earlier, I felt justified. I completely felt justified. And so when I acknowledged this, that was the first step, acknowledge it, and then ask God to help me and guide me and lead me and help me forgive and help me to let go, because who likes to feel upset and get in drama all the time? I don't. And at the time, I was caught up in stuff like that and I didn't even realize it. And now having a sense of peace and now being able to let things go more, I'm able to realize how much more free I feel. And it's amazing to be able to feel that way. And like I said, not saying that things don't still get to me sometimes, but I'm able to conquer it better now that I've acknowledged it and I can see it coming and I can realize, hey, that's just the devil trying to get at me. And then I can just push that away. But I want to read that again because it really helped me. And then there's another place I want to read too. I think that's found in Matthew. I'll have to find it. But it says, let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice. And be ye kind to one another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another, even as God, for Christ's sake, has forgiven you. And then I think I marked this. Yes. Okay. And this explains the way I was, this verse here, an offended person. And this verse is Proverbs chapter 18, verse 19. And it says, a brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city, and their contentions are like the bars of a castle. Like, put up a wall. Put up a wall. And I did. And that just wasn't a good way for me to be. And humbling myself helped me to realize that. And, the Bible says, humble yourselves before him. And that changed my whole life, really. I mean, it played a big role in changing my life, humbling myself. And I am in no way perfect. Let me tell you, I will be the first to tell you that. And that's another thing though. When I humbled myself, that helped me realize how imperfect I was. So how can I get mad at anybody else, really? How can I be getting mad at anybody else? And unknowingly, I was judging other people, not knowing that I was. But I was at that time. But like I said, humbling yourself, you realize you focus more on yourself and you don't have time for anything else. You're just like, you know what, where can I improve? Where can I improve? And I'm still improving. I'm trying to every day to try to turn my focus toward me, and then that helps me not get offended. That helps me not to focus on what someone else says or what they did or what they do or what I didn't agree with. And I'm better able to let things go and trust him to make a way for me to be able to deal with the situation. And that's really life changing. It really is. And I hope this video helps someone. I really do. If you struggled like I did with that, that's what I felt led to share. And let me tell you, it's not easy for me to get on here and admit that I was the way I was, but I was. And that's just the truth. But I will tell you that you can find freedom and peace, and you can live more peaceful, and that you don't have to be upset all the time, and you don't have to be bitter all the time, and you don't have to dwell on what someone did or said that upset you. And I know, because I've lived both of those. I've lived staying upset all the time, and then I've had more of a peaceful life now that I have surrendered all of my feelings to him, humbled myself, and let that go and had more peace. And I can tell you that's much more enjoyable than being filled with the drama that comes with the spirit of offense. So I hope that helps someone, and I pray that it did. And I really thank you, if you're still here watching this video, thank you for taking the time to watch this and for letting me share my story and how God has helped me get through things. And I hope that in sharing this, I can help someone else out there, because, we're all humans. We're living in the flesh, and it's hard sometimes. It really is very hard to keep these feelings, especially for women, because, we have emotions and we have feelings and we get hormonal sometimes, and it's a struggle sometimes. It really is. And when things are thrown at you sometimes, or situations don't go the way you intended for them, it's hard to juggle all that. But you can find freedom in the Word and in your relationship with God. He can give you that peace. And I encourage you today to humble yourselves and look to him for guidance, and he can give you peace that surpasses all understanding. And I hope that this video helps someone. I've got to get off of here because I have to go to a thing for church. But I hope that you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope this was a word for someone, because it was for me. It was for me. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.